Have you ever heard of a house where people go in but are never seen coming back out? This is the story of a mysterious and terrifying house in Philadelphia, a house that I and my entire team entered. But what happened to us inside was not only shocking, but a life-changing experience. How did we manage to come out alive? Who was watching our every move? And most importantly, what was the one thing we found at the very end that still haunts us in our dreams? So make sure to watch this video till the very end, because there's a surprise waiting for you that you'll never forget. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and if the video gives you chills, be sure to leave a like. Now then, let's get into the video. It started with a tourist. Emily Carter, a college student from Ohio, had come to see the birthplace of American democracy. Her last photo, uploaded to Instagram in front of the Liberty Bell, showed her smiling, but in the reflection of the glass, something stood behind her. A tall, gaunt figure with hollow eyes, its fingers too long, its grin too wide. Locals called it the Hollow Man, a specter said to haunt the oldest parts of the city. Some claimed it was a Revolutionary War soldier who never left the battlefield. Others said it was something far older, something that had been here long before America was born. Journalist Mark Reynolds didn't believe in ghosts, but when 3 more visitors vanished in a week, each last seen near historic landmarks, he began digging. His research led him to an 18th century diary hidden in the archives of the Philadelphia Library. The entry read, "The city is not ours, it watches, it hungers, and when the bells toll at midnight, it walks among us." Mark's investigation took him into the forgotten tunnels beneath the city, where the air smelled of damp earth and something metallic like old blood. His flashlight flickered as he moved deeper, his breath coming in short gasps. Then he saw them, the missing. They stood in a silent row, their faces slack, their eyes hollow, and behind them, shifting in the darkness, was the Hollow Man. Its mouth stretched into a grin as it whispered in a voice like crumbling parchment. "Philadelphia was built on bones. Now it's your turn." Mark ran, but the tunnels twisted unnaturally, leading him in circles. Above him, the Liberty Bell began to ring, a sound no one else could hear. Mark's final video, uploaded to his YouTube channel before his phone died, showed only darkness and his panicked breathing. It's not a ghost. It's something worse. It's been here since the beginning. It feeds on history. It feeds on us. Then a skeletal hand reached into frame and the screen went black. Philadelphia remains a proud symbol of American freedom. Tourists still flock to its historic sites, snapping photos, unaware of the thing that watches from the reflections. But if you listen closely when the wind howls through the narrow streets, if you dare to walk alone at night near Independence Hall, you might hear it too. The whisper of the Hollow Man, and the sound of the Liberty Bell tolling for you. The last known footage of Mark Reynolds had gone viral, grainy, shaky cell phone video, ending with a skeletal hand dragging him into the darkness beneath the city. Authorities dismissed it as a hoax, but the families of the missing knew better. So did Detective Sarah Vasquez, a no-nonsense Philly cop assigned to the case. A group of high school students on a field trip to Independence Hall vanished during a guided tour. One moment they were listening to the guide's patriotic spiel, the next, the security cameras glitched, and when the feed cleared, they were gone. Only one thing was caught on tape: the faint sound of a bell ringing, though the Liberty Bell hadn't been struck in decades. Then came the texts. At exactly 12:01 a.m., the missing students' phones all activated at once, each sending the same message to their parents. The historian's secret Sarah's investigation led her to Dr. Elias Langford, a disgraced historian who had spent years studying Philadelphia's occult past. "You think the Hollow Man is just some ghost?" he scoffed, pulling out a crumbling ledger from Benjamin Franklin's secret society. Franklin and the others knew. They built this city on something older. According to Langford, the Liberty Bell wasn't just a symbol, it was a seal. Its famous crack? Not an accident. It had been ritually damaged in 1835 to keep something trapped beneath the city. Every time it rang, it held the darkness back, Langford whispered. But now it's waking up. Sarah and Langford descended into the abandoned subway tunnels beneath City Hall, where urban legends spoke of phantom trains and faces in the walls. The deeper they went, the colder the air became. Their flashlights flickered. Then they heard the sound of footsteps that weren't theirs. A shadow moved just beyond the light, too tall, too thin. Langford's breath hitched. "It's hurting us." The walls around them breathed, the bricks shifting like ribs. Names began to appear, carved into the stone, the missing. Emily Carter, Mark Reynolds, the students. And then fresh names still wet with something dark. The truth about the Hollow Man. The thing emerged from the darkness, not a ghost, not a man, but something wearing the faces of the lost. Their features stretched and melted together. Its voice was a chorus of whispers. "We are Philadelphia. We are America. You built your freedom on our bones." Langford's eyes widened. It's not one thing, it's all of them. Every soul buried beneath this city, the revolution, the plague pits, the forgotten. They're hungry. Detective Sarah Vasquez's finger hovered over the trigger. The Hollow Man stood before her, its shifting, stitched-together faces whispering in voices that weren't human. Dr. Langford's grip on her wrist tightened. "Shooting it won't work," he hissed. "It's not alive, it's Philadelphia." The walls pulsed around them, the names of the missing glowing like fresh wounds. The air smelled of old iron and wet soil, the scent of a grave reopening. The Hollow Man's mouth stretched too wide, its teeth jagged like broken tombstones. "You fight for justice, detective," it crooned, in Mark Reynolds's stolen voice. "But justice is a lie. This city was built on blood. Join us, and you'll never be forgotten." Sarah's breath came in sharp gasps. The gun trembled in her hand. Then the Liberty Bell rang again. This time it wasn't distant. It was inside her skull. A deep, shuddering groan echoed through the tunnels. The ground split beneath them, revealing a cavern of bones, thousands of them, packed into the earth like foundation stones. Langford staggered back, his face pale. "Franklin's journals," he wrote about this. "The first bell crack wasn't an accident. They sacrificed someone to silence it." Sarah's radio crackled to life. A dispatcher's voice, warped and slow. "All units report to Independence Mall, multiple." Screams the bell is static. Then a wet, choking laugh. Above them in the streets of Philadelphia, people were vanishing. Tourists stepping into shadows that didn't let them back out. Street vendors turning to face an alleyway and never turning back. Security cameras caught glimpses. Figures with elongated limbs, dragging the unwilling into the cracks between buildings. And the Liberty Bell, in its glass pavilion, was bleeding. A thick black substance oozed from its famous crack, pooling on the floor like old ink, old blood. She grabbed Langford and ran not toward the surface, but deeper, following the sound of the bell. The Hollow Man shrieked behind them, its many voices wailing in fury. They burst into a chamber beneath Independence Hall, where a second bell hung rusted and silent. The original, Langford gasped. The one they replaced, it's the key. Sarah raised her gun, not at the Hollow Man, but at the bell. And for the first time in centuries, the true Liberty Bell rang. The toll was deafening. The Hollow Man screamed, its stolen faces peeling away like burning paper. The walls shook, bones collapsing into dust. Above them, the bleeding stopped. The shadows retreated. But as the echoes faded, Sarah heard it, a whisper in the dark. "This isn't over. The city watches." The next morning, Philadelphia woke to silence. The missing were still gone. The authorities called it a mass kidnapping, a terror plot. But Sarah knew the truth. She stood before the Liberty Bell, now clean, unbroken. No one else noticed the thin black line running through its crack like a suture. 6 months had passed since Detective Sarah Vasquez silenced the hollow man beneath Philadelphia. The city had moved on, or pretended to. The missing were memorialized, the conspiracy theories buried under layers of bureaucratic denials, but Sarah knew better. At first it was just the homeless, people no one would miss. Then a night security guard at Betsy Ross' house vanished, leaving behind only his flashlight still on, rolling in slow circles as if searching for him. The Liberty Bell was gone. Not stolen, not destroyed, unwritten. Philadelphia awoke to a world where the cracked bell had never existed, where tour guides spoke of Independence Hall with no mention of its famous relic, where history books showed empty pavilions in old photographs. The city breathed easier, as if some great weight had been lifted. Only the children remembered. Detective Sarah Vasquez's badge was found in the Delaware River, crusted with something black and salt-thick that dissolved when touched. Her apartment stood empty, her neighbors insisting she never lived there. But sometimes, late at night, homeless men near the old tunnels would tell of a woman in a tattered police uniform who walked the tracks, her face smooth and blank as porcelain. "She asks if you've heard the bell," they'd whisper. "Don't answer." In the asylum, Dr. Langford's cell was discovered empty, the door still locked from the outside. On his pillow lay a single sheet of parchment, a 1783 letter from Benjamin Franklin, previously unknown to historians. "We have made our peace with what dwells below. Let no man speak of the bell nor of the pact, lest the sleeper stir. Philadelphia must stand, though its foundations be damned." When archivists carbon-dated the paper, the machine returned an error code. In a quiet old city brownstone, a little girl named Emily stared into her bedroom mirror. "Is the bad thing gone?" she asked her reflection. Her reflection blinked. "Nothing's ever gone," it said in a voice like rusted chains. "Just waiting. Would you like to hear a song?" Somewhere beneath the city, iron groaned. And far away in Boston and New York, in the fresh-dug tunnels of new construction projects, other bells began to whisper in the dark. They say every great city is built on bones. But some bones remember, some bones hunger. And when the next great bell cracks, they will rise. Thanks for watching. So that was the story of that mysterious house in Philadelphia, a place where people are seen entering but never coming back out. And we were lucky to make it out alive. But what we witnessed inside will haunt us forever. This isn't just a story, it's a warning. If you ever find yourself in a place like that, remember, not every door that opens is meant to close again. If you enjoyed the video, do give it a like. It really encourages us to bring you more chilling horror stories. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe now, because in the next video, we're heading to a place locals call the Forsaken Graveyard. What lies hidden there, and what exactly are we going to uncover? To find out, be sure to watch the next episode. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get notified the moment the next video drops. Your support keeps us going. We'll see you in the next video with another terrifying tale. Until then, stay away from the darkness. The Liberty Bell still stands cracked, silent, watching. But deep beneath Philadelphia, something ancient has awakened. Or is the Hollow Man still waiting for his next name to be called? If this story sent chills down your spine, And remember, in cities built on